The concept of creation has mesmerized our minds since the beginning of time. The book of Genesis, which is ascribed to Moses, was written not as a how-to manual on the construction of the universe. The first book in the Christian and the Hebrew tradition was designed to help readers, mere mortals, with a beginning and an ending, with limited understanding, to help us recognize that God was, is, and shall be boundless with a perfect understanding. The mortal concepts of a beginning is inapplicable to God, and the concept of an ending is unfathomable to God. In Genesis, Moses helps us understand our relationship with respect to God, recognizing that no matter what we accomplish, how great we may be, we are infinitesimal compared to the God who spoke the universe in existence. We are all subject to his will and his way. From the very first verse in Judeo-Christian tradition, God's word tells us that God is the eternal creator of the universe. It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." Moses is saying that before anything was made, God was. The earth did not have any form or shape. It was empty. Darkness was over the surface of the ocean, and the oceans covered the earth. The universe as we know it did not exist, but God existed. God alone is self-existent. Everything else in the universe has a beginning, a creation of God. God alone always has been, is, and always will be. By his words, God spoke light into creation. There was a time when the light we see today didn't exist. God controlled the light. He separated it from the darkness. The all-powerful God has control over all, and because all things good come from God, God called the light good. God made order arise out of chaos and can cause light to come and fight back the darkness. On day 2, God spoke and separated the water and created the sky. The earth took form on this day, a sphere covered in water, suspended under clouds made from water. On the 3rd day, God controlled the water and made dry land to appear. God called the dry ground land, and he called the water oceans. I remember trying to stand in the ocean as a young father with my son, and even the slightest waves would come and knock us over. I can't imagine the incredible power to move and contain the entire ocean. God is omnipotent, telling the sea how far it can come upon the shore. God saw this and said, "It was good." God spoke and plants came into existence, each plant giving rise to seeds that would grow itself so that the earth could replenish itself. God is orderly. Genesis is a testimony to the orderly, logical nature of God. To grow plants, you need dirt, water, and light. God created light, water, and dirt. God works in an orderly fashion. It was good. Out of nothing, God created everything. He took empty and made a full, complete universe. God can take the most troubling and chaotic situation where there is no order and no light to see your way, in conditions that are not suitable for human habitation, and with just his words, light can come from darkness. Water can arise from water, creating a system to replenish itself. Land can arise from the depths of the ocean for feet to walk upon and plants to grow upon. Plants can come and sprout and give rise to seeds so that they can replenish and food can exist. Out of chaos, God can bring order. A God who created the universe with his words, a God who is awesome in his holiness, a God who created human life cannot be ignored. For modern Christians, our faith must inform us that we are subject to his will and his grace. Think about it. We show respect for leaders and celebrities, athletes, heroes that come around us. God merits our awe, our fear, our love, our obedience, our reverence. Our relationship with God must not be an afterthought in a day filled doing temporal things. Our prayers must not be hurried words rushed through to fulfill an obligation before we go to sleep. Our study of his word must not just be something we check off on our daily to-do list. God is the inescapable reason why we exist and why we live and breathe today. For in the Bible it tells us, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's the lesson for this week. Have a great week. Bye.